Dozens of students at Pope Francis Prep have made their consecration to Mary this past year, dedicating their lives to the Blessed Mother as she leads us straight to Jesus. The most recent group made their consecration in May, the month dedicated to our Mother. Carolyn McGrath was there and has more.
On the Feast of Our Lady of Fatima, May 13th, students and parishioners from across the Diocese of Springfield made an act of consecration to Mary inside the chapel at Our Lady of Fatima Parish in Ludlow.
In reality, I am a son of Mary and a child of God.
The group consecration was organized by Matthew Hegarty, a theology teacher at Pope Francis Preparatory School in Springfield. This is the third group consecration of the school year in which Hegarty guided participants through 33 days of preparation. An act of consecration to Mary is devoting oneself completely to the Blessed Mother, who leads us to her Son. Most of the participants read 33 Days to Morning Glory by Marian Father Michael Gately, which offers prayers and perspectives from 4 saints, known for their particular devotion to Mary: Saints Louis de Montfort, Maximilian Kolbe, Mother Teresa, and John Paul II.
Mary, who is the Mother of God, through her hands, through her Immaculate Heart, when we consecrate ourselves to her, we enroll in her school, in which she teaches us to be perfect disciples of Christ. She teaches us all to emulate her, to say and to give our yes, to give our fiat yes to the will of God.
The evening began with exposition of the Blessed Sacrament. Then the group gathered to pray the Rosary before the consecration prayer.
I, Jack Dias, a repentant sinner.
Jack Diaz is a junior at Pope Francis Prep.
It was offered at school, and the best way to come to Jesus is through his Blessed Mother Mary, and I thought that it was going to be a good way that I can continue to grow my faith and become closer to him.
Jack, who plays varsity golf at Pope and is involved in the Respect Life Club, is also a member of the Christian leadership team. How do you do it, though, as a teenage guy? It can't be that cool to be hitting your knees, is it?
No, it's not necessarily the coolest thing in the world to do, but it's really good to humble ourselves and to really, try to live like Jesus wants us to live instead of how society wants us to live, because they're two different, completely different.
11-year-old Kevin Duran Canella also made his consecration to Mary. He's an altar server at Blessed Sacrament Parish in Springfield.
I learned that through consecration, through Mary, it's the easiest way to become a saint. I heard also that we consecrate ourselves to Mary, Immaculate Heart, we consecrate ourselves to Jesus.
You're going to bring a lot of people to Jesus just by everything you said. What do you think?
Whatever God thinks,
Students from Pope Francis Prep led the music during the Holy Hour. Several people, including those from Our Lady of Fatima, also made their consecration. When you consecrate yourself to Mary, it doesn't mean that you're putting her ahead of Jesus, because she leads us to her Son. You're getting closer to Jesus. And don't forget what she said at the wedding at Cana when Jesus turned water into wine. She said, "Do whatever he tells you."
She is the best person to teach us the way to her Son, to lead us to her Son. And her Son, Jesus, is the only way, the only truth that leads us to eternal happiness and eternal life.
The hope is more and more students and their parents will make their consecration, getting closer to Jesus through his mom, Mary. In Ludlow, I'm Carolee McGrath.